there, welcome to another great video game ideas not used video, GVGINU for short. As always, I'm Andre, and it's a pleasure to share my thoughts with you. So, since it's Halloween, I just wanted to know what people think about this twisted ass idea I have for a survival horror game. Trust me, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's just an idea that just popped into my head recently. Like literally within like the last 2 days, maybe I thought of this. So I was just because I was at the store, family, and my kids were asking me about different characters that they were seeing, like talking about them and everything. And the subject of the monster, Frankenstein's monster, which a lot of people call the monster Frankenstein, but that wasn't really his actual name. He was just the monster. But oh gosh, I lost my train of thought there for where I was going. But yeah, I got me start thinking about like a different way to present lore on how zombies were created. I mean, basically because of the fact that, you know, Frankenstein's monster was put together of pieces of dead people and brought to life. It was literally a corpse brought to life. So, I mean, obviously it's not true. At least I hope that's not true. That'd be something real freaky, and I would be worried as all fuck. but it got me to thinking, like, how could that be turned into a zombie type situation in a game? And then on top of that, at the time that this was supposed to have happened, back in, I'm trying to think of the timeline and it's escaping me right now, but I'm gonna go with maybe like the 1800s, maybe late 1700s, early 1800s. I'm probably wrong on that, but forgive me for that detail because it's been so long since I've looked up lore on the monster. It got me thinking that what if when he came to life, he wasn't Frankenstein's mindless slave, but he attacked him and bit him, and the virus that was within his body transmuted itself within the doctor, and he too ended up becoming a zombie. I mean, because dead bodies, like, you got all that shit, the germs and shit that would be playing with them, and you're literally taking random body parts and putting them together to make a person. It sort of makes sense. But yeah, he went rampant, fucking destroyed Frankenstein's lab, bit him, turned him into a zombie, then went out to attack the townsfolk. Now, say this had happened, and back then we didn't have the science that we have today, or what Resident Evil would be bringing about, and the technology wasn't as great. To me, that leaves a very interesting scenario. How would people back then have been able to deal with zombies, and how would they have protected themselves? I mean, just progress the story a few years out, and now there are zombies practically everywhere throughout the planet, with a few small surviving factions of humans that are trying to live and protect themselves. It makes me wonder. I know this would be something, it just sounds like an interesting concept. I mean, like I said, it's not really a full-fledged idea. It's just something I literally like thought up in a supermarket, and I didn't really have time to sit down since then and really flesh out the idea. So how do you guys think that would turn out? I mean, it would be an interesting, at least a baseline concept for a game. I mean, obviously, there wouldn't be any high-powered assault weapons in this game. You wouldn't see no fucking rocket launchers and shit like that. But there would be different ways that those people probably could have handled zombies. I mean, trust me, I'm very certain there are different ways that those people could have handled zombies. But how would you envision that? How would you see that playing out from the point where people started to fight back to kind of try to dwindle down the zombie numbers in order to survive and keep going? I mean, because it sounds like a really interesting concept and something I would like to play. And it, like I said, it literally hit me not that long ago. And I was like thinking about how Frankenstein would, like, what would you classify him as? Not Frankenstein, but the monster. What would you classify him as if not an undead or a zombie? Just think about it. He's made up of parts of dead people. Zombies are dead people walking around biting people. All we'd have to do, I mean, it'd take a few storyline adjustments to make sense. But it could be a worthwhile endeavor for a company to go ahead and take an idea like that and fucking run with it. I don't know, maybe I just had this idea pop in my head and I was like, wow, this is something I want to talk about. And I'm just like, no, you know what? I gotta say it. I mean, fuck it. If nobody likes the idea, no harm. But I'm just saying, it's an interesting concept. Don't shoot the thought down. I mean, I would love to hear how some people would like to see this type of thing play out. I mean, obviously, I would see, in my version of this type of scenario, you would see villagers and people taking, like, normal household items and things like that and fashioning weapons out of them by using, like, rope, hammer, nails, and things of the like in order to protect themselves. And I mean, at this point, I wouldn't know whether or not to say that the monster himself was taken out and destroyed or anything, but the aftermath of his carnage would lead to a pre-apocalyptic zombie world. Wouldn't be post because it's not futuristic in my mind, so it would be beforehand. I don't know, it's just my thoughts. I felt like sharing them, but I mean, I don't know. I want to see what people think of this. I mean, I would love to hear what Quan, Gamer Nate, and Nintendo, and quite a few others. I'm trying to think of you guys' names. So if you see this video and I didn't say your name, I apologize. There's quite a few of you I would love to see just come up with like a scenario for a game for this. So I mean, hey, have at it. It's just me sharing my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed it. At least made you think some. Anyhow, thanks for listening in or watching, whichever you chose to do. I hope the sound quality isn't as bad this time around as it was, but I'm using the same camera, so probably will be. So I have to apologize for that in advance, but whatever. Anyhow, thanks for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff, and until the next time, enjoy your games.